Nutritionists advise people on food and nutrition to promote health. In this video, we will go over what they do, the job market, what kind of money they make, the starting salaries, and the top industries and states. Coming up. Hey everybody, my name is Stephen Hack, and this is CareerWatch, where we help you with your career search. We have weekly videos on job statistics and salary statistics. And if you enjoy this video, hit that like button to support this channel. Nutritionists or dietitians are experts in food and nutrition. First, they evaluate a client's health, and based on their findings, they advise clients on which foods to eat and which foods to avoid. A good example of this would be a nutritionist working with a diabetic. Diabetics have to continuously monitor their blood sugar. A nutritionist could provide a custom meal plan that doesn't spike a diabetic's blood sugar. There is quite a bit of overlap between the job title of dietitian and nutritionist. Sometimes the difference is a matter of education. Both require a bachelor's degree in order to begin working, and after earning a bachelor's degree, many have to do an internship before starting to work as a dietitian or a nutritionist. The Department of Labor puts dietitians and nutritionists in the same category. So for the rest of the video, we will be averaging the starting salaries of both those job titles together and the job numbers as well. Nutritionists and dietitians work for a variety of different employers. 30% work in hospitals, 14% work for the government, 10% work in nursing care facilities, 9% work in outpatient care, and about 6% are self-employed and own their own businesses. Of these different employers, outpatient care centers on average pay the most, with the average base salary of $66,420. Hospitals are next with an average base salary of around $61,000, government an average base salary of around $60,000, and nursing care facilities on average pay the least, with the average base salary of around $58,000 per year. Unfortunately, the Department of Labor doesn't track the incomes of dietitians and nutritionists that own their own companies. The fact that 6% of dietitians and nutritionists own their own companies is pretty good. It's much higher than nurses, but it's lower than, say, psychologists. Next, let's take a look at the job market for nutritionists and dietitians. In 1999, the government recorded 41,320 jobs. By 2018, the number of jobs had risen to 64,670 jobs. So in 20 years, the number of jobs for nutritionists and dietitians has risen by 23,350 jobs. The government is also fairly optimistic about the future job market of nutritionists. They are forecasting an 11% job growth for nutritionists from 2018 to 2028. The average occupation, on the other hand, is expected to rise by 5%. There are many reasons why demand for nutritionists and dietitians will continue. One is that many people are getting heavier. In fact, close to half of the US population is projected to have obesity by 2030. This is one major thing that will create far more demand for dietitians and nutritionists going into the future. Next, let's take a look at what dietitians and nutritionists earn. In 1999, the national base salary was recorded at $37,350. By the year 2018, the national base salary had risen to $61,210. So nationally, wages rose for nutritionists by about $23,860 over just a period of 20 years. Also, these are base salaries and they don't include bonuses and overtime. If we look at the average wage recorded in 2018, this is kind of how it breaks down. I would say the starting salary would be between the 0 and 25th percentile, so around $30,000 to $48,000 per year as a starting salary. And dietitians and nutritionists that get to the top 10% of their field earn on average around $85,000 per year as a base salary. Like many other occupations, there are certain states that are really great for dietitians and nutritionists, and there are certain states that really don't pay them very much. So here are 5 high-paying states for dietitians and nutritionists. The first state we are heading to is on the East Coast. In the Northeast Corridor, it is the Garden State, and that is the state of New Jersey. The average wage for dietitians and nutritionists in New Jersey is $68,810. Next, we are flying really far west to the Aloha State. We are going to the state of Hawaii, where the average wage for dietitians and nutritionists is $69,050. Next, we are flying way back to the East Coast, back to the Northeast Corridor. We are headed to the state of Connecticut, the Constitution State, where the average wage is $69,610. Interestingly, our next state has no state nickname. Some people just call it the last frontier. We are headed far west again to the state of Alaska, where the average dietitian and nutritionist earns $71,210. Next, we are headed south to the Golden State. This is the highest paying state on average for dietitians and nutritionists. It is the state of California, where the average wage is $74,060. Are you interested in becoming a dietitian or nutritionist? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.